This week, Plans Examiner Ted Belak gave Metro 17 a tour of a house being built to teach us about the importance of receiving a building permit and having your new addition or new home inspected.
We do want you to be able to build. We do think it's your right to get your own permit. But when you get that permit, it needs to be inspected. Why does it need to be inspected? Is it just a way for the city to get money? No, it's not true. We actually have a lot to do, and there's a lot involved with the inspection process. If the house wasn't inspected, you built it and you sold it, and it was a detriment to somebody else, that's just a liability for the whole community. We want to ensure that it's safe for everybody within our community. As you can see, this is what we would call a monolithic slab. Before this slab is even poured, the inspector will come out and check to make sure that the footing depth is deep enough. He'll make sure that the rebar, what we call rebar, which is reinforced bar, is put in there, and it's tied in at the corners and everywhere else it needs to be to make sure that this slab is going to hold and it's not going to crack as the years go by. We're making sure, we're ensuring that the money they're paying for a home, that it's going to meet all the codes, all the current codes, and it's going to be safe to live in. This house is at the framing stage. What that means is the slab has been poured and now the framing has been up to put the walls up. Basically, what the inspectors look for, to make sure that the framing is right. We're doing this for the safety of the homeowner. We want a good quality house that's going to last for many years. So we want to make sure that the dryer vent is run properly. We want to make sure that there's no screws put in there that are going to stick through the dryer vent, because that can trap lint, and over years we could have a fire. Make sure the plumbing is installed properly. Make sure that there's no kinks, or make sure that there's no nail holes in the water line or anything like that, something that could cause problems later on down the road. We're here in the garage, and like most places in the house, one of the things the inspector looks at is the sole plate. We can see down here with the sole plate that he's going to ensure, or she's going to ensure, that it's pressure treated wood. They're going to, because it sits right on the concrete, we don't want it rotting out over the years. We're also going to ensure that it's properly anchored to the concrete foundation, which is right there. We're going to make sure of all these things. We're also going to take a look at the electrical. You can see here from the electrical, again, we're on the infancy stages, so really the wires are just they're run down to it. There's no circuit breakers in here yet. There's no power on here yet, nothing. Later on in the process, they'll put the breakers in, they're going to connect up all the wires, and then we'll do a final inspection at that time on the wires. So this is what we call moisture barrier over there. So that moisture barrier is going to ensure that the interior of the house is protected. All these inspections, they're to ensure that we have a good house, and when it's all done, hopefully our house will look like that.
In our next show, Belak takes us through a new hotel as he teaches us what it takes to build a larger building in the city.